Hi Taurus, how are you doing? My name is Sarah and this is my channel, Aries Warrior Queen Astrology. I've relocated yet again to somewhere else. I'll settle into one location and have like a more interesting background soon enough. I'm working on it. Rome wasn't built in a day. I'm doing a general tarot card reading for March 2021. Wow, we are finally in March. On the 3rd or the 4th, depending on where you are on the planet, Mars is leaving Taurus and moving into Gemini. Mars is at its detriment in Taurus, so it's like a slow, it's like Mars in a coma, almost. It's exhausting. It was exhausting energy. I'm sure you were feeling it too. Okay, so please remember this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. All the planets are direct now, and they will be till late April, so things are going to start to speed up. Absolutely. Totally ready for this. You know, after a Mars retrograde last year for like 6 months, that was rough. This is way better. Forward movement. Totally awesome. A core issue, you have the Death card. Past feelings and attitudes about the issue, you have the World. Your past actions, you have the Ace of Wands. Universe advice for the present, you have the Tower. Present feelings and ideas, you have the Hierophant. Where the situation is heading is the Four of Swords. And the universe's advice for the future is the Five of Wands. Okay. I'm going to be pulling 2 overarching energy cards from the Cosmic Tarot. You know what? Some of these bigger decks are a little harder to shuffle. Ha, that sounded funny. Sorry about that. Wow, my mind went somewhere. That's great. Okay. Hope I didn't offend anybody. It's touchy times we're living in. Okay. You have the Ace of Wands, your overarching energy, and the Eight of Swords. Okay. All right. So your core issue, you have the Death card. Death card is transformation. This is the phoenix rising from the ashes. This is death and rebirth. So, there's something that I think you're resisting change, Taurus. You like consistency. Change can be difficult. And your issue is complete transformation right now. Your past feelings and attitudes about the issue, you have the World. So it's the end of a cycle. Like this is the end, I believe this is the end of a karmic cycle that you've been in. Maybe something that's been reoccurring in your life over and over and over again that you've had to deal with. And you've seen it in a different light. But that doesn't mean that change isn't difficult. your past actions, you have the Ace of Wands. I think you want this change. You want to go towards this change, but maybe like that little voice in the background that brings up all our fears, that's our subconscious. They're great. But it isn't always like, it's important to have that, like, you got to remember how to tie your shoes, and like that's autopilot. Like when you're driving somewhere and by the time you get there, you're like, I wasn't even paying attention the whole time I was driving. How did I get here? That's the subconscious. They're great. But not so great all the time, because they can bring up your fears, like those little nagging fears. And especially since you were going towards this, I feel like it was a little bit difficult for you to weed out what was you and what was, your fears. The universe's advice for the present, you have the Tower. So something has to crumble. Like there's something that you've been working out of your life, or there's something that's just falling away right now that you got to let fall away. Because rebuilding to something so much better than where you are now is what's possible with the Tower. Your present feelings and ideas, you have the Hierophant. This is the card of Taurus, the Hierophant. See those little keys on the bottom? I don't know if you can see it. See those little keys right there? I feel like once you step into the lead role in your life, like being the person that calls the shots for you, and maybe a figurehead in your family, possibly. Maybe you're going towards a tradition that you originally didn't want to go near. Like it wasn't appealing to you because you just didn't want to go with the way everything was. Maybe there was like a disagreement or, but I feel like you're going towards something in like a reconnection with yourself, reconnection with, being a lead figure in maybe your family. Where the situation is heading, you have the Four of Swords. So this is rest. This is contemplation. And maybe it's trying to quiet the mind so you can start to distinguish which is the troublemaker and which one in there is you, because your fears are getting mingled like so rapidly with your regular thoughts. They might be racing. I feel that. Meditation's amazing. You can stare at a candle flame. You can sit quietly with your eyes closed. You can hum with your eyes closed. Meditation is very beneficial, but I mean, that's not for everybody. So you just might need some rest, like just to really relax and quiet the mind. Absolutely. Universe's advice for the future, you have the Five of Wands. The fives are all about change. The Five of Wands to me as a reader speaks of an internal conflict, and absolutely, you have the Death card, you have the World, you have the Tower, you have the Hierophant, you have the Ace of Wands. There's some internal conflict going on with you. You're excited to go in a new direction. It's just the mind doesn't know this new direction, so it's afraid, and it's throwing all these fears in your face, like, oh, what if this happens? What if this happens? It does that to keep you safe. You know what? That was put in place how long ago? And it's just to keep you alive. I mean, times aren't as desperate as they were back then. Sometimes it looks a little desperate in some places, but I really think that the direction you're going in is what you're meant to go towards. Like, this could be career. I do feel like it's like your calling, like what you're meant to do. In your overarching energy, you have the Ace of Wands again. This is reinforcing this new, like, inspired action that you're taking in your life. Take it. You also have the Eight of Swords in your overarching energy. So the Eight of Swords, traditionally, that's a man, a woman, and a child. They're on a little boat. They're trying to get across, like, one side has these really troubled waters. The other side is calm. There's beautiful scenery they're trying to get to, but they're covered, like, they're bringing their baggage with them. You don't need to. I think once you get past the subconscious that's trying to psych you out, I think you'll do great things. It's like a muscle. It's kind of like telling your fears to shut up. You know if something is like a good idea or a bad idea. You know it is. You have instincts. But our irrational fears that are brought up by the mind don't always have our best interest at heart. All right, I'm going to pull you a Spirit of Nature Oracle card. I said I would bring these out for the next reading mid-February, so here we go. I love this deck. This book is beautiful too. I love trees. I don't have a speck of earth in my chart whatsoever, but I love nature, and I have a bunch of tattoos that are all based around animals, and like, I've always felt really close to the earth, even though you wouldn't be able to tell by my chart, but so you get the aspen. See that tree? This is beautiful. I love these cards. They're enormous too. Okay. Bear with me. I'm going to find the page. Oh, shoot. Yeah, just give me just a sec. I know there's so many. Oh, nope, that's the aspen. Dang it. Or I mean, that's the ash tree. Oh, jeez. Did I miss you? Where did you go? White poplar. Oh, there we go. Okay. Green Man Wisdom. Where all are gathered, strength is strongest. In the natural world, whenever individual species have come together, life has quickened and strengthened. Plants and trees have put down roots, animals have colonized habitats and become stronger. Humans learned this very early on, whether from driving down a woolly mammoth in the hunt or in the creation of a vast construction such as Stonehenge. This kind of communal strength is seldom realized these days, and selfish concerns isolate us from our fellows. We still need the help and support of others, for our roots go down in a common spoil, and we can learn valuable lessons from the natural world. Our own perceived lack of ability quickly vanishes when we gather all our resources in one place and we discover our strengths and our riches. You know what? You're finding that support now. Like you're planting your roots. You're creating something excellent for yourself. And you're going to find the rest and the clarity that you need. I think you're ready. Okay, I'm going to pull you a Spirit Animal Oracle card to end the reading. I'm still doing the Oracle cards. I love these. So, sorry, not sorry. Bobcat Spirit. Life is a mystery. That is number 8. That caught my eye, so I would look up angel number meaning 8 and see, and I feel like this will resonate for you. Life is a mystery. The subconscious can be a mystery, but I think you're mastering that. And the Tower and the rebirth and the new cycle, you're going into the mystery and you're going to do amazing. All right, Taurus, this was an awesome reading. Wow. Thank you so much for watching. For those of you that made it to the end, I'm sure not all of you did. That's okay. I take no offense. Thank you for liking and sharing and subscribing. It means so much to me. And I'll see you for our mid-March readings that are coming up shortly, okay? Have a great March, Taurus. Bye.